Okay, one of the funniest things for this movie wasn't the movie itself. Some of the movie stuff was funny. However, the John Legend COVID-19 Pfizer commercial before the movie. People in the theaters were laughing because hell to the no, we ain't getting that booster. Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon reviewing Am I Racist? Am I? Am I allowed to ask that question? Because a lot of these DEI people said I'm not allowed to ask in the shadow people. Anyway, so Matt Walsh is on this journey to realize, is he racist and can he get DEI certified? Which I need to see if it's that easy to be DEI certified. Because if it's that easy, it's the biggest scam in the world. It truly is. But this movie goes through different people that are in this white fragility books, that do those dinners with white women, that, also do other speaking terms, which is astronomically stupid that people are willing to pay for this stuff. But then he also goes to the real people down in Louisiana, down in, I'm pretty sure it was New Orleans, if I'm not mistaken, or other parts of the world that are a country that are just like, how are you not racist kind of thing as a DEI person. So overall, did I like this documentary and did it do what it was supposed to do? Yes, it did what it was supposed to do, and yes, I liked it. Are there flaws to it? Yes. And let's discuss the flaws first, in my opinion. I do think some of the skits, even though I call them skits, some of the hidden camera agendas do run a little bit too long. For example, the very first one where he calls himself Steve and not Matt Walsh, it felt like I wanted to hear more from other people to make fun of them. I know that sounds, no, it's not horrible. It's not horrible because I want to know what's in the psyche of these other people, right? That are willing to pay for these seminars thousands of dollars to listen to someone say, you're racist, you're white. It's like, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? Bro, what do you want me to do about it? And it's just one of those things where it's just like, I want to hear why they think they need to pay. We already know Matt Walsh's, Daily Wire's point of view on that, especially Matt Walsh. Like, he's very blunt, okay? And him willing to keep a straight face is the reason why he's probably willing to do these movies. Even though I do wish, another flaw, is he would just shave his beard for this. If he would have shaved his beard, I think it would have been, well, a lot of hippie liberals do have those beards as well. So, I mean, but then, I don't know. No, most of those beards are patchy, actually. So maybe, I don't know. But if he would have shaved his beard, especially when going the whole Steve thing, it maybe would have been very different of people not noticing him. So there's also that. And there are also other skits that, like I said, there are some that go too long, like I said, and there's some that are not long enough. Like, if he's willing to pay $50,000 for the mother, apparently there's a Sesame Street thing that I didn't even know about where a Sesame Street character, refused to high-five her two black daughters. $50,000. And she was on screen for maybe 30 to 45 seconds. Maybe because her answers were just not good enough. But I think the best question to answer is like, who is the race in the costume? And she's like, we don't know who it is. So it could have been a black person not high-fiving the other black girls. And if that's the case, then it doesn't have anything to do with racism. And that is the interesting thing about that one. That I was like, okay, interesting. But other than that, the interviews were pretty damn good overall with, doing this dinner, which the most abhorrent thing is those two ladies that do these white dinner things and like, America needs burning. Then get out. Get out. Go to another country that you think is better. But you're still here milking that money. You're milking the money because you know for a fact, anywhere else you go, no one's going to pay you that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. But of course, Matt Walsh goes to this one girl to basically saying, what is racism? What is racism? It's like, okay, I could open a dictionary, or I could pay you $2,350 to you just kind of scold me. Also, like I said, there's the one, the ASU one. I remember that video where these two white guys were, just in a space and they're just doing their homework. And one had a Blue Lives Matter and the black girl's like, you're oppressing people. You're racist. And the guy's like, what are we doing? We're just sitting here. To get her on the thing was $1,500. And her thing was a super scene. I'm not going to try to spoil it, but it has to do with shadows. It made no freaking sense. Like, you need you need to mesh the shadow. But don't I want to get the racism away from me? No, you need to mesh the racism because the shadow could just float into space. What are you talking about? Oh, just even if your ancestors, well, what if I live in America and my ancestors never owned slaves? What if your ancestors were the ones that sold slaves? Because I think, what is the percentage of people that actually own slaves? Like 12%, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that stat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's actually kind of low. And I think Dave Chappelle the best one too, where when a black person back, I think it was in South Carolina, was a slave owner, he was actually worse to the slaves. So you're just like, it's one of those things where it's like, know your history and know exactly what's happening. And the whole, Robin DiAngelo, you've already seen the one, the white fragility thing where, she's paying the black producer. Absolutely hysterical because she is the biggest fraud. Not because she only gave the guy $30, but I think her thing was like $15,000 to even do this interview. $15,000. That's how you know it's a scam. If people were really passionate about it, they would be doing it for free. But they're not. And that is the issue with it. Also, Matt Walsh had the great point of saying, okay, but I'm doing something now. But she's like, well, it's a systemic issue. It's like, but I could do something now. She's like, but it's systemic. And that's the problem. That proves they don't want to fix the system. Because if they fix the system, they don't get paid. That is it. Because she knows systemically, are there things wrong with everything in the world? Yes. Will it be fixed? Probably never. Let's be honest. There's always going to be quorums on one side or the other. It is. That's the world. Welcome. I don't know what to say. It's kind of the same thing where the one girl, she's like, I feel really uncomfortable circling around you and you're all white. Well, you know what? I hate to say it. I've talked to people of multiple races to say, do not go to East St. Louis. Do not, Chase. Don't go to the south side of Chicago. So if I feel uncomfortable in East St. Louis, am I a racist? Or do I not want to die because that's the murder capital of the world? So it's things like that where you're just like, okay. But then the movie makes you feel good when he's actually talking to real people. Especially there's this one mechanic that, I think everyone in the theater just like, heartstrungs. Because it just proves that, yeah, some people just don't give a shit. And they're just wanting to live their lives. I think the smiling thing is funny too with Robert DiAngelo. Robert DiAngelo, the smile. But the final skit of doing the 9 stages, okay, that shit was funny. Especially with the Uncle Frank part. It's like, yeah, these people, you're willing to just say that because, yeah, that's bad. The Uncle Frank part was bad for the people. It's like, damn, like, simmer down, people. You don't even know this guy. Like, how do you not know this is fake? At least the people that left knew it was kind of fake, especially step 9. Step 9 was so freaking funny. But I also talked to my mom about this. I'm like, Mom, these white single liberal ladies are ruining America. They really are. Not all of them. Okay, that's a lie. Not all of them, but come on, like 67% of them. Come on. So overall, am I racist? Am I even allowed to say that? Because if I say that according to this movie, and if I say no, I am racist because of unconscious bias, and I'm not thinking about my shadow, and I'm not thinking about this. Or, as any single person, yes, there are instances where shit is going to happen to all races. Asians, Americans is not a race. But white, black, Hispanic, brown, wherever you want to call it. Bad shit is going to happen to them that occurs with the different races. That's the world. That's been happening since whatever you want to believe, God or the Big Bang Theory. I don't care because shit has been happening to other people all the time. It's life. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Also, the hate crime hoax one was pretty good. But it's just one of those things where it's like, just live your life. Have fun. Don't be a dick. And just be a good person. Be a good person. So, Am I Racist will receive a 4 out of 5 Futons. It goes at 80%. So, see the critics and news scores gave this one. Audience scored 99% with 250 of them. Okay. haven't checked yet. 4 critics. I'm going to guess a 25%. Positive. 100. Oh, shit. We have 100%, a 99, and an 80. Mind blown. Chase Leak here at the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One of things Bhutontopia. You Blue Futoners, take a watch of a great day. Watch us take tomorrow, week from now, month, and a year from now. Every single freaking one of you. I'm shocked. Blown freaking away by the critic score.